Code Pink, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is an activist organization focused primarily on peace and anti-war efforts, targeting the military-industrial complex with pointedly pink precision and no bullshit, straightforward creative activism and lobbying. In effect, that wonderful combination of building people power while working outside and within the system for change. Last week, Code Pink kicked off their new campaign targeting Saudi Arabia, essentially calling them out for gross human rights violations and trigger-happy terrorism, whether that be bankrolling or supplying arms to terrorists in the region, or their very own bombing campaigns in Yemen, or the violent suppression of dissent in Saudi Arabia or neighboring countries like Bahrain. Unilateral acts of war, war crimes, human rights violations, in a lot of ways they're just like us. Which is probably why our governments get along so well. Saudi Arabia is our closest ally in the region, along with Israel. And in exchange for their luscious black gold, we not only let them get away with murder, we help them. And Code Pink thinks that this is just bullshit. So they put together this video as an invitation to do something about it, combining the voices of journalists, human rights activists, Middle East experts, and Saudi citizens, for example like Mohammed al-Nimr, the son of Sheikh Nimr al-Nimr, a prominent pro-democracy activist murdered by the Saudi government in 2011, and an unnamed Saudi woman who wouldn't show her face for fear of retaliation against her family if the Saudi government found out about her dissent. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Medea Benjamin with the peace group Code Pink, and we're excited to announce a new international campaign to stop weapons sales to Saudi Arabia.
I'm Sanjeev Berry with Amnesty International USA. Join us as we work to end U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia. It's time for the U.S. government to stop selling bombs and other weapons that the Saudi Arabian government is using to cut the lives short of people next door in Yemen and to repress human rights at home.
I'm from Saudi Arabia and I'm afraid to show my face in this video because the Saudi regime may go after me and my family. I'm speaking out for all the oppressed women and minorities whose voices cannot be heard.
Washington likes to talk about Saudi Arabia as one of our most important allies in the Arab world, in the Middle East, in the world. What they really are is the best ally of the arms dealers. That's why we have to be challenging what Saudi Arabia's government has come to represent.
I'm Ibrahim Matar, former MP from Bahrain. During the uprising of Bahrain, I was arrested. It was a very tough period for me and for a lot of Bahrainis who were facing systematic torture and a lot of widespread violation for human rights. It's the time for US to stop depending on dictators to maintain their interest in the region.
My name is Mohammed al-Nimr. I'm the son of the martyr, Sheikh Nimr al-Nimr. My father was killed by the Saudi government. I'm here to participate in this conference to show the people what kind of danger are they in if they are dealing with this government. They are putting so much money to destabilize the region so they can gain more influence, and they're using the Wahhabi ideology to kill people, and it's not part of Islam.
Join us to support the human rights activists in Saudi Arabia.
As we look at the turmoil in the Middle East and we see things getting worse and worse each day, there's one country most responsible for the spread of extremism, and that is Saudi Arabia. It's high time that we focus on it, we look at the cozy U.S.-Saudi relationship, and we do something about it, which is stop sending them weapons.
To get involved with Code Pink's campaign against Saudi Arabia and our close ties with the oppressive regime, go to codepink.org/Saudi Arabia. Also, if you're in the DC area on Monday the 21st, Code Pink will be raising their voices against AIPAC, protesting the organization's support of Israeli apartheid and their bold lobbying for military interventionism and billions of dollars in military aid to Israel. As Code Pink writes on the event page, while American communities are struggling with slashed budgets for schools and resources such as safe water, AIPAC demands billions of U.S. tax dollars for Israel's brutal occupation of Palestine. Israel's current $3 billion annual military aid package is set to expire in 2017, and Israel is asking for an extension and increase to $5 billion annually for the next 10 years. Rather than allowing AIPAC to demand more and more money for Israeli systems of apartheid, oppression, military occupation, and massacres, we say it's time to disarm AIPAC. Join us. And if you can't join the event on the ground, join online with hashtag Disarm AIPAC. We will post a link to the event on our Facebook page, but you can also find it through Code Pink's Facebook page at the URL below.